Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Liberty Bank, Bank Local, Bank Liberty. Roberts Motors, the value store since 1949. Lewis and Clark Community College, empowering people. Munganaz Burkhardt Toyota, the biggest selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend. Ed Eagle's Discount Carpet, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Nautilus Fitness Center, the Riverbend's premier health club. Mike Fanistock State Farm Insurance, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Quality Buick GMC Cadillac in Alton and Jerseyville. Quality. It's more than just our name. Barrett Heating and Cooling, proudly serving Madison, Jersey, and Macoupin County since 1896. Cheapy's Tires, dependable tires at an unbelievable price. The Max Sports, offering a variety of classes, an indoor pool, fitness area, weight rooms, basketball gym, sand volleyball courts, and more.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, parents, friends, and relatives of the graduation class of 2022. My name is Rob Miller, and I'm proudly serving as my first year as superintendent of East Alton Wood River Community High School District number 14. On behalf of the members of the Board of Education and faculty and staff, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the commencement ceremony. Immediately following the ceremony, there will be a reception for the members of the graduating class in the courtyard of the East Building. Mr. Alexander, let us begin this 2022 commencement ceremony. Will the class of 2022 ushers and faculty please be seated? We have a long tradition at EAWR of strong leadership coming from the Board of Education. Our board members have carried on that tradition of effective school leadership with wisdom, humility, and dedication. Would the board please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, your EAWR District Number 14 Board of Education. Please be seated. Next, it is my pleasure to present to you the members of the administration, faculty, and staff of the Alton Wood River Community High School. Would you please stand? This group of dedicated professionals that rank among the very best. They give their time and energy to make EAWR a great place it is. On behalf of the members of the class of 2022 and the Board of Education, I thank each of you, your dedication to our students, their families, and the Oiler Nation. Please be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce our building principal, Mrs. Lee Robinson, who will recognize our honorary ushers from the class of 2023 and our graduating 2022 scholars.
The marshals and ushers have been selected to this honor by virtue of their being the new induction group of the National Honor Society. The marshals are determined by being ranked number 1 in their class. Please stand when your name is called and remain standing. Our marshals are Lana Crank, Mary Wynn, and Tyler Robinson. The ushers are Garrett Clark, Mackenzie Cox, Haley Davidson, Jacob Gerber, Jason Gould, Taylor Harding, Joseph Hills, Lucas Moore, Mia Seibert, Richard Seitzinger, Seth Sladen, Landon Tinnen, Kaylee Watt, and Christopher Workman. Let's recognize them by giving a round of applause. You may be seated. The members of the class of 2022 have distinguished themselves in many ways. Through their academic classwork, through participation in leadership roles, and success in extracurricular activities. They have earned numerous scholarships to colleges and universities across the country, as well as recognition of numerous accomplishments. It is my privilege this evening to recognize a group of students who, through their hard work and dedication to learning, have distinguished themselves by ranking in the top 15% of their class. These students have earned our congratulations and respect. I would like to begin first by recognizing 4 students who have demonstrated exceptional achievements during the past 4 years. They each have a GPA after 7 semesters of 4.585 and share in the number 1 spot in the class of 2022. You will hear from each of them later in their valedictorian address. I will now introduce our valedictorians. I ask each of them to stand and remain standing when their name is read. Sabrina Fulkerson, Valerie Quivereau, Lydia Root, Reagan Williams. As I announce the names of the other students in the top 15% of the class, I would like them to stand and remain standing until they've all been introduced. They will be introduced in the order of their class rank after 7 semesters. Addison Denton, Julian Marshall, Madeline Fry, Callie Thomas, Lindsay Pileski, Kyle Malley, Alexis Brigman, Chase Keschner, Riley Shook, Jamie Nethery, Carson Reith, Drake Lane, Kayla Ellison, and Reese Shelton. Ladies and gentlemen, your top 15%. You may be seated. Next, we are proud to recognize our Illinois State Scholars from the class of 2022. This recognition is awarded to the top 10% of students in the state of Illinois. The students' SAT scores, class rank, and GPA are determined for their eligibility of this distinction. Here are our Illinois State Scholars from the class of 2022. Students, please stand when I call your name and remain standing until all names are read. Addison Denton, Sabrina Fulkerson, Elizabeth Gernon, Julian Marshall, Valerie Quiberow, Lydia Root, Regan Williams. Congratulations to our Illinois State Scholars. You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to recognize this year's distinguished graduates. This award is given to students who exemplify the criteria set by the staff. These students are our distinguished graduates for 2022. Please stand as I read your name. There are quite a few. Alexis Brigman, Lucas Brown, Addison Denton, Madeline Fry, Sabrina Fulkerson, Elizabeth Gernon, Morgan Gibbs, Elizabeth Goodnight, Alexandria Grimes, Erwin Harris, Chase Keschner, Drake Lane, Julian Marshall, Noah Mason, Nicholas Mason, Kendall May, Jamie Nethery, Hannah Nelson, Aaron Niemeyer, Lindsay Pileski, Vance Puckett, Valerie Quiberow, Riley Randolph, Carson Reith, Alyssa Rogers, Lydia Root, Reese Shelton, Riley Shook, Allie Sidwell, Victoria Sorensen Bance, Callie Thomas, Jalen Thompson, Marley Tinius, Reagan Williams, Zen Wilson, Kyle Womack, Haley Wright, and Macy Zarantinello. Let's give them a nice round of applause, our distinguished graduates. You may be seated. Tonight, we'd also like to recognize and honor not only those who have served in the armed forces, but those from the class of 2022 who have the same sense of service. As I read your name, I would like you to stand because you are representing the class of 2022 military commitments. Jamarco Anthony, Marines. Lucas Brown, Marines. Tahani Franklin is not with us. She has already left for the Air Force, but I'd like to recognize Tahani Franklin. Jameson Floyd, Marines. Clayton McCauley, Marines. And Travis Sullivan, Army. As these students remain standing, I'd like for all our current and veteran members of the military in the audience to stand to be recognized for your service. Please stand, all of our military, current and veterans. Thank you for your service to our country, and good luck to the class of 2022 in their endeavors. You may be seated. Would you now please turn your attention to the choir as Mr. Alexander, I guess he's on this side, will direct the next piece. Thank you.
Hey,
At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the President of the Student Council, Ms. Sabrina Fulkerson, to honor our 2022 EAWR Faculty Award winners.
Good evening. Each year, the members of the graduating class vote to select the recipients of the Senior Class Faculty Awards. This is a special award given to 2 members of the facility who the senior class feels have been most instrumental in assisting them to be successful during their 4 years in high school. It gives me great pleasure to represent the class of 2022 and to present the Senior Class Faculty Awards. The awards are being presented to 2 teachers who have demonstrated their willingness to go above and beyond the call of duty and helping students be successful. Each teacher selected will assist in the ceremony by reading the names of the graduates as they receive their diplomas. When I announce the names of the recipients, I would like them to come forward to accept their rewards. Our first recipient has completed 16 years as an English teacher. Please join me in welcoming Kristen Miller. Our second recipient has completed 17 years as a Spanish teacher. Please join me in welcoming Carrie Mueller.
Please turn your attention to the EAWR band. Thank you, Mr. Adams. It is a tradition that the graduation speaker be a student. This year's speakers are members of our unprecedented group of Cold valedictorians. Since the program lists their names in alphabetical order, I am reading their names in the order of the speeches this evening. Reagan Williams. Lydia Wood. Sabrina Falkner. And Valerie Griffin. Ladies and gentlemen, I again present to you our co-valedictorians.
Good evening. On behalf of the class of 2022, I would like to thank everyone for coming tonight to celebrate the start of a new chapter in our lives, something we waited 13 years for. It is truly a bittersweet moment. As I'm standing here today, looking at our whole class in the same place, maybe for the last time, I cannot help but be reminded of all the great memories we made together along the way. I want to take a moment to look back on our freshman year. The concept of high school was so new and foreign. East Alton Wood River High School was once this big and frightening place with so many buildings filled with confusing halls that quickly became a second home, a place we could find comfort in. At first, we thought we knew what high school was like from watching TV shows and movies, but we could not have been more wrong. If you've not realized already, it was nothing like High School Musical. From the very beginning, our peers tried to warn us that our time here was temporary. They reminded us to make the most out of it, to get involved, to meet new friends, to not take anything for granted. Even though I was told this, I didn't believe it until I experienced it here today. I underestimated how fast 4 years goes by. It seems like it was just yesterday that we were preparing ourselves to enter a school filled with strangers, initially combining two schools into one, maybe befriending those of the opposing school, and finally unraveling the rivalry between the middle schools. Even though our time here was cut short, we made the best out of it what we were given. We were able to move past the hardships, overcome the challenges, and be patient until we were able to return to normality after the threat of the COVID-19 pandemic. Once we got the opportunity, we embraced the freedom and cherished every moment like it was our last, which for us, it was. I will never forget body painting for our last first home football game or going all out for the last Spirit Week. So many lasts. Our last homecoming, our last King's Dance, our last prom. Our last time playing our favorite sport on the same court we played on for what felt like forever. Our last time walking into school with our friends, some of whom we will fall out of touch with after today. Our last time waking up around 7 a.m. and driving to school, a route that we could all navigate with our eyes closed because it's so familiar to us to the point where we don't think twice about it. And finally, our last time seeing due at 11:59, hopefully. With this being said, each last paves the way for a new first. I want to wish the class of 2022 good luck wherever you may go. I hope you cherish each moment before it's too late. I'm proud of each and every one of you. Congratulations. You did it. Do not let your story end here. You should continue to write it. Thank you.
Sometime in the last 4 years, our school has adopted the motto, "Do great things." We hear these 3 words every day on the morning announcements, read them on the back of our teachers' t-shirts, and pass them on the way into the football field. But I'm here to tell you that sometimes it's okay to not do great things. While a strong drive to achieve is a crucial element of success, it is equally important to set aside time to prioritize your mental health. I know this task is easier said than done, but the ability to find a healthy balance between hard work and self-care will carry you far in both your personal and professional lives. It may seem strange to anyone familiar with my struggle with perfectionism that I'm the one standing on stage speaking to you about overcoming pressure, but I assure you, I am highly qualified. Ever since I can remember, I have held myself to impossibly high standards, draining myself physically, mentally, and emotionally, reaching as far back as kindergarten. I remember refusing to get up from my seat for nap time because my alphabet art project had not reached my idea of excellence. Fast forward to 8th grade, when my science teacher pulled me aside with tears streaming down my face because I had not received a perfect score on my test. I would like to say that these are isolated instances, but I have had to be reminded several times throughout my educational career that it's okay to be less than the best. During my time in high school, however, my journey with self-acceptance has taken an unexpected turn with the help of a global pandemic and many encouraging words from my teachers and parents. I have come to understand that the overwhelming stress of an upcoming essay or test can be eased with time spent developing my hobbies, bowling with my family, or laughing with my friends. As we begin the next phase of our lives, I encourage the class of 2022 to take those necessary breaks in between doing great things to focus on your own happiness, because a life is best lived when you value the small accomplishments just as much as your major achievements. For those who still possess concerns about the uncertainty of our upcoming futures, I want to leave you with this, something Mr. Marshall wrote in the back of my yearbook just 2 weeks ago. Don't let your anxiety control you. You control anxiety. Thank you.
Each and every one of us spend our lives building doors that lead us towards our future. While our first door, such as the ability to walk, was a group effort, over time, people have stepped away from the process of building our doors. Where before caring hands cradled throbbing fingers from a misplaced swing of a hammer, caring eyes now watch from afar, hoping that we swing at that wayward nail again. There are people throughout our lives who have aided in building our doors, bringing new tools and ideas that lead us to new passions and possibilities. There are also those who have come at our precious doors with the malicious intent of destroying such possibility. There have been doors we've walked through proudly, admiring the handiwork as we cross the threshold. There are doors we've run from, frightful of their collapse. Some of them have been strong enough to hold the weight of the world, others are nothing but duct tape in the threadbare cloth of dreams, regardless of what the doors of the past held for each of us. Now we stand just before the threshold of another door, one of our most anticipated doors yet, graduation. Some doorways stand immaculately, each nail meticulously placed with a particular outcome in mind. Others are a beautiful array of staples, nails, and knotted wood. Our doors will split our class into a million different directions, leading us into the workforce, college, travel, or maybe family life. Perhaps we aren't quite sure where our doors will lead yet. Maybe as we turn the knob, we will peer around the corner and find an indeterminate future waiting for us to take direction. No matter where your door leads, before we make that final push to open them, I ask that each of us cross the threshold with pride and a sense of accomplishment. Chase the figment of the future that awaits you and form it into something that excites you. If that figment doesn't hold the possibility you hoped for, Remember that this is your future, your door. Whatever awaits beyond it is not stagnant. It is lively and full of possibility if you only take the initiative to rethink the threads of your goals that wait there. The class of 2022 is chock full of some of the toughest people I know. If we are capable of making it through the trials of our high school careers, we are capable of achieving the dreams that await us beyond this door. So, as we turn the knob and give this door its final push, step through boldly with your heads held high. Greet the future as a friend who is willing to adapt as often as you do. Do not become frustrated if your goals shift, but welcome the change and use it to achieve your ambitions. We are capable. Thank you. Oh, and to the graduating class of 2022, wear sunscreen.
With close to 8 billion people on Earth, you may think of yourself as insignificant, as someone who can't make change for everyone. With a tiny class of only 140-something odd people, this is understandable. As a biology major, though, I feel it is my duty to make sure you understand this is not the case. One thing I think is extremely important is the issue of climate change. While we are on the verge of not turning back, there is still time to change what has begun. I personally stopped drinking out of plastic water bottles and used a reusable water bottle, and if my calculations are correct, I would be saving 1,095 bottles each year. 1,095 bottles that could make their way into the ocean and pollute our coral reefs and fish. 1,095 bottles that can become microplastics and make their way into our lungs. 1,095 bottles that will not decompose for about 450 years. It may seem silly to some, but using reusable items makes change, no matter how small you think it is. Just like how each vote counts during elections, each change you make helps to turn back climate change. Even turning the faucet off while brushing your teeth or turning off the light when you leave a room. I'd like each of us here to imagine a world affected by climate change. 30 years from now, imagine a world where our sons, daughters, and grandchildren will be unable to see the same animals we did as children. Sea turtles and polar bears will be a thing of the past as they have become extinct. They will also never come across monarch butterflies and many species of bees while playing in the yard. Children will become more sick as their growing bodies cannot handle the pollutants in the air. The water around the coast of the United States will rise by over a foot. Wildfires will become more common than ever. In the Midwest alone, there will be extreme heat and flooding. This is why we must start to turn back climate change. As I stand here today, I hope that one of us will be able to achieve what we believe is right in the world. No matter if it's a cure for cancer or just starting your own business, we're all able to contribute in our own way. I'd like to thank those who brought us here today, our teachers, administrators, counselors, and parents. Many of you pushed us to do our best, and while it has seemed impossible at the time, we all persevered and are here today to begin our journey into the world. My hope is that all of us will be able to live a safe, happy, and long life without fearing for the well-being of Earth. Congratulations, class of 2022. Thank you.
Let's give them another round of applause, please. Great job. Would the members of the class of 2022 please stand? Members of the Board of Education, parents, faculty, and guests, as superintendent of the East Alton Wood River Community High School District number 14, it is my pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, and faculty and administration of the East Alton Wood River Community High School, I do hereby publicly announce and confirm that the students before you have fulfilled the high school graduation requirements established by the Illinois State Board of Education in the East Alton Wood River Community High School. President Murray and other members of the Board of Education, I am pleased to present the high school graduating class of 2022 for the receipt of their diplomas. Members of the class of 2022 may be seated. Will the marshals please come forward?
Sabrina May Fulkerson.
Valerie Lynn Quivero.
Lydia Elise Root.
Reagan Marie Williams.
Addison Nicole Denton.
Julian Michael Marshall.
Madeline Elizabeth Ann Fry.
Callie McKenna Thomas.
Lindsay Jean Pileski.
Kyle Garrett Malley.
Alexis Aline Brigman.
Chase Joseph Neft Keschner.
Riley Jade Shook.
Jamie Lee Nethery.
Carson Douglas Reith.
Drake Scott Lane.
Kayla Ray Ellison.
Reese Thomas Shelton.
Alyssa Page Allen.
Jamarco Allen Anthony Jr.
Caleb Bryce Baker.
Jaron Joseph Benton.
Emmett Logan Patrick Booker.
Treyana Danielle Brazil.
Trevin Andrew Broussard.
Lucas Edward Brown.
Clayton Michael Bunt.
Talise Ann Boozy Cruz.
Grace Michaela Byron.
Lena Marie Carr.
Preston Lee Childers.
Lydia Elaine Davidson.
Kyle James Dolby.
Dawson Joshua Dunce.
Elizabeth Renee Firebend.
Nathaniel David Fisher.
Jameson Wade Floyd.
Roger Dale Follis Jr.
Mackenzie Brooke Lynn Franklin.
Spencer Grant Freimeyer.
Annabelle Rolando Garcia Guaman III.
Savannah K. Garrett.
Elizabeth Lee Gernon.
Morgan Alexis Gibbs.
Aquasia Desire Giles.
Nathaniel James Gilkey.
Tiffany K. Ann Gleason.
Elizabeth Sue Goodnight.
Kaylin Mary Greeling.
Alexandria Michelle Grimes.
Emily Clarice Hall.
Tyler Hall.
Antonio Eugene Harden.
Rebecca Elizabeth Hargis.
Jonathan Stefan Harms.
Erwin Elizabeth Harris.
Natalie Nicole Harrop.
Tabitha Jean Hartley.
Zachary Titus Heron.
Milena Renee Hickerson.
Gage Patrick Hillis.
Jasmine Elizabeth Holbrook Blair.
Derek Michael Hopkins.
Madison Lee Horak.
Kathleen Alina Johnson.
Naya Johnson.
Aaron Michael Kelly.
Nicholas Ryan Kelsey.
Emmanuel Nolan Kitchener.
Quinn Knight.
Jacob Blaine Leedy.
Caleb Douglas Leverett.
Catherine Lynn Ewayne Leverett.
Matthew David Lubert.
Zachary Kyle Larberger.
Avery Eileen Mayneth.
Nicholas Robin Mason.
Noah Ryan Mason.
Caleb Ray Maxwell.
Gavin Lee May.
Kendall Lee May.
Clayton Morris McCauley.
Reagan Lee McGibney.
Hannah Marie Nelson.
Aaron Michael Niemeyer Jr.
Brendan Nicholas Knoll.
Olivia Gabrielle Owens.
Sanaa DeRay Peoples.
Tommy Eugene Plank.
Raven Michelle Pruitt.
Vance Liam Puckett.
Riley Thomas Randolph.
Alyssa Nicole Rogers.
Jason Lee Shaw.
Jordan Andrew Sheets.
Parker Waylon Shelton.
Emily Rose Shoemaker.
Allie Marie Sidwell.
Hope Elizabeth Simmons.
Nathan Michael Slimick.
Victoria Sue Sorensen Vance.
Cage Dominic Squire.
Samantha Sue Stockel.
Caden Hunter Stone.
Tanner Lee Strebler.
Derek Joshua Sullivan.
Travis Michael Sullivan.
Kyle Lewis Taylor.
Jalen Leanne Thompson.
Marley Grace Tenius.
Adriana Jordan Ulrich.
Devin Wayne Wall Jr.
Gabrielle Paige Wallace.
Andrew Richard Watkins.
Amy Nicole Weatherford.
Hannah Alexis Weller.
Zen Nicole Wilson.
Kyle Allen Womack.
Haley Jadalyn Wright.
Keith James Wright.
Macy Lynn Zarantanello.
All right, everybody, let's give our newest Oiler graduates a huge round of applause. Would the members of the faculty please rise? Oh, you guys have got to try that again. Let's try that again. There, see, they don't even listen. Would the members of the faculty please rise? There you go. Faculty members in attendance, thank you for being here tonight. You are dismissed. All right, graduates, it's time. Members of the class of 2022, please stand. Members of the board, I present to you for the final time the class of 2022. Will the marshals please come forward?